Charlie Munger's $100,000 rule, the magic number that changes everything. Most people want to become rich. However, many pursue the wrong approach. Charlie Munger, one of history's most successful investors, offered a different perspective. He said, "The first $100,000 is the hardest." He then shared an even more compelling insight. "I don't care what you have to do. If it means walking everywhere and eating only with coupons, find a way to get your hands on $100,000. This guidance extends beyond financial advice. It is also about discipline. It is about achieving freedom. Once you accumulate your first significant capital, your situation changes. Your money takes on a new role. It becomes a tool that works for you. This tool begins generating returns on your behalf." Charlie Munger did not believe in easy money. He did not believe in chasing trends. He did not believe in pretending to be rich. He believed in one thing: build the base first. The first $100,000 is challenging because at the start, nearly all the effort depends on you. You save. You sacrifice. You avoid lifestyle inflation. You say no when others say yes. You drive the old car. You cook at home. You skip the expensive status symbols. For a long time, it may seem as though there is little progress. However, progress is being made. You are building the foundation. The first $100,000 is not just a number. It proves that you can control your money. It proves that you can live below your means. It proves that you can delay gratification. It proves that you're no longer a servant of every paycheck. Let's be honest. Progress at the start is gradual, very slow. If you save $650 per month and earn only about 2% per year, it can take more than 12 years to reach $100,000. In the first few years, almost all of your progress comes from your own savings. Investment returns remain minimal. At times, they may seem almost negligible. Why? Because your invested capital is still limited. A 2% return on a modest sum does not yield significant results. Initially, your efforts drive nearly all progress. You are the engine. Your paycheck is the engine. Your discipline is the engine. Your consistency is the engine. Your sacrifices are the engine. However, an important shift occurs over time. Every month, your savings grow. Every year, the amount of earnings returns becomes larger. Although gains may remain modest, they start to compound. Gradually, your investments begin to contribute more. Over time, the growth accelerates. Eventually, your accumulated funds contribute more significantly to your progress. This is why many individuals give up prematurely. They lose motivation during the initial slow years. They stop before their savings reach a meaningful threshold. They quit before consistent effort leads to momentum. As a result, they never experience the benefits of long-term commitment. Compound interest is quiet in the beginning. It does not impress you. It does not make you rich overnight. In fact, at a 2% annual return, it can seem almost invisible, but it rewards patience. Once you reach $100,000, a 2% return generates about $2,000 in 1 year. You did not have to work extra hours for that money. You did not have to take a second job. Your savings started contributing to the journey. At $200,000, a 2% return is about $4,000 per year. At $500,000, it becomes approximately $10,000. At $1 million, it becomes about $20,000. The numbers may not look spectacular, but they are moving in the right direction, and they continue growing as your savings grow. Now the money is no longer sitting idle. It is helping. It is contributing. It is quietly working beside you. Every dollar saved becomes another worker in your financial army. Every year, that army becomes a little larger, a little stronger, a little more productive. This is what Charlie Munger understood. The first $100,000 is not magical because of the returns it produces. It is magical because it proves you have built the habits, discipline, and consistency required to create wealth. The first $100,000 is not the finish line. It is the ignition point. It is the moment when your money finally begins helping you carry the load. And from that point forward, every dollar you save has another dollar beside it, working toward the same goal. Late in life, Charlie Munger shared a simple yet profound insight. You only have to get rich once. This means you do not need to take ongoing risks. You do not need to pursue every trending investment. You do not need to risk your entire portfolio each year. You need to build a strong financial base once. Then protect it, grow it, respect it. Those without resources are often compelled to take risks. Those lacking discipline may need to start over. However, individuals with capital have more options. They can wait. They can negotiate. They can invest. They can survive hard times. They can say no. Often, the ability to say no is the first true indicator of wealth. Munger believed that people who build wealth typically share three key traits. First, they are rational. They avoid making decisions based solely on emotion. They do not follow the crowd when buying. They do not sell out of fear when others do. They think critically. They wait. They carefully compare price and value. Second, they are opportunistic. This does not mean they are reckless. Instead, it means they are prepared. When opportunities arise, they have cash available. They possess the necessary knowledge. They exercise patience. They are prepared when others are not. Third, they consistently spend less than they earn. This is often the most challenging trait for people to adopt. It lacks excitement. It is not glamorous. However, it is effective. If you earn $5,000 and spend $5,200, you remain poor regardless of outward success. If you earn $5,000 and invest $1,000, you're building financial strength. Begin by automating your finances. Avoid waiting until the end of the month to determine what remains. Typically, little or nothing remains. Prioritize paying yourself first. As soon as you receive income, allocate a portion to savings or investments. Set up automatic transfers. Keep the process consistent and routine. Ensure the process operates in the background. Second, raise your savings rate as your income increases. If you receive a raise, avoid increasing your lifestyle expenses right away. Focus on improving your financial future. Third, save any additional income before it is spent. Bonuses, tax refunds, extra paychecks, side hustle income. Most people spend these funds because they have not planned for them. Create a plan for these funds before they arrive. Fourth, increase your income. Munger emphasized practicality. Saving matters. However, increasing your income is equally important. Learn a skill. Start a side business. Improve your career. Sell something. Build something. The more quickly you widen the gap between your income and expenses, the sooner you will reach your first $100,000. Munger understood ownership. Before Berkshire Hathaway, before the fame, before the billions, he worked as a real estate attorney. He understood property. He understood cash flow. He understood patience. Real estate can build wealth because it combines several forces: rental income, equity growth, debt paydown, long-term appreciation. But stocks can also build wealth. Businesses can build wealth. Index funds can build wealth. The vehicle matters, but the principle matters more. You must own assets, not just earn wages. Wages feed your life. Assets build your freedom. The key takeaway from Charlie Munger's $100,000 rule is not that everyone must reach exactly $100,000. Due to inflation, this figure may now be closer to $200,000. However, the underlying principle remains unchanged. Focus on building your initial, significant capital base. This is often the most challenging step. This stage tests your character. It is also where you establish lasting habits. Here, you learn the importance of saying no. No to unnecessary spending. No to superficial displays of wealth. No to showing off. And no to financial disorder. Instead, say yes to ownership, patience, compounding, and ultimately, to financial freedom. Charlie Munger did not promise that building wealth would be easy. In fact, he emphasized the opposite. The first $100,000 is hard. It is often extremely challenging. However, once you reach this milestone, your experience changes significantly. Your capital starts to grow more rapidly. Your confidence grows. Your decisions improve. Your freedom expands. Avoid seeking shortcuts. Do not focus on appearances of wealth. Do not wait for ideal conditions. Begin with your first dollar. Then work toward your first 1,000. Next, aim for your first 10,000. Continue building from there. Eventually, your efforts will begin to compound. When this happens, you will understand Munger's perspective. You only have to get rich once. If you found this message helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Here, we do not pursue superficial wealth. We build real freedom. One habit, one decision, one investment at a time.